future starts today, not tomorrow. This was quoted by Pope John Paul II. Many people think that he is a very boring person because all they know about him is that he's a pope and he's a religious man and that's it. But there are many aspects to his life and struggles that he faced that made him reach his full potential in life. To begin, and this was found on biography.com, his real name was Karol Joseph Wachblatt, and he was born on May 18, 1920 in Poland. And from the beginning of his life, he actually encountered great loss. When he was 9, his mother passed away, and when he was 12, his brother passed away as well. Growing up, he was a great athlete. He enjoyed skiing and swimming, and in college he found a great passion for theater and poetry. However, that college the following year was actually closed due to the German occupation of Poland. However, he still wanted to become a priest, so he started studying in a secret seminary. And after World War II, he actually finished his studies at that seminary and was ordained a priest in 1946 at the age of 26, which is actually really young. After that, he went to Rome for 2 years and finished his doctorate in theology. In 1948, he returned to Poland and served in several parishes, and he was actually considered one of the Catholic Church's leading priests. And he participated in the Second Vatican Council. The council began reviewing the church doctrine in 1962 and held several sessions during the course of a few years. The council was a very important thing, and as a member, he helped the church examine its position in the world. And due to his contributions in the council, he was actually made cardinal in 1967 by Pope Paul VI. It is known that he actually made history in 1978 when he became the first non-Italian pope in over 400 years. He traveled around the world to over 100 different countries to spread his message about faith and peace, which he believed were truly important. In 1981, he encountered one of the greatest threats to his life. He was actually shot twice in the stomach by an assassin, but fortunately he survived, obviously. And he actually had a confrontation with his attacker that was obviously kept confidential. And now moving on to his years in the papacy. He spoke of many influential topics. One of the main ones was suffering around the world. But during his years, his health appeared to be failing. He moved slowly and seemed unsteady at public appearances. And in 2001, his doctor diagnosed him with having Parkinson's disease. This was, however, not ever made official to the public. He wanted to keep that kind of confidential. And on April 2nd, 2005, he passed away in his Vatican City residence, and over 3 million people waited to say goodbye to their beloved Pope. His funeral was held on April 8th, and soon after his death, church officials began the process of making him saint because of all the wonderful things he did to people, and it was said that he actually created miracles. But they had to wait the 5-year waiting period for that to happen. And with regards to how he influenced the world, there are many ways. He did more than just help the church. He actually reached out to the world. And stated in USA Today, he did far more than any other pope did to improve the church's relation with the Jews. In 1998, he formally apologized for the failure of Catholics to help the Jews during the Holocaust. And according to CNN Belief blog, the following things are the things that separated him from every other pope. First of all, he actually left Rome. He wasn't afraid to travel to help people around the world. He was known as the pope who traveled the most. And he actually helped end communism. A year after his election to the papacy, he actually returned home to Poland to strengthen the people against the Soviet rule. And he repeatedly told people to not be afraid. When communism collapsed in 1989, he was credited for helping lay down the groundwork. More than previous popes, he inspired the youth, and it is said that the youth loved him as he loved them. And as you can see, there's this picture on the bottom, and he's holding a baby, and he's smiling, and the people around him are also smiling. And the reason there is rosary here is because he actually created the luminous mystery to the rosary. There are 4 different mysteries, and he created the luminous mystery. To conclude, he was known as a people pope because of his contributions and selflessness that he gave to the world. And from the beginning of his life, it was obvious that he encountered great loss, but he turned his hope around in 1978 when he became pope. He was a great man, and he had great compassion, and due to his actions in the papacy, he will go down as one of the greatest, if not the greatest popes known to the world. And I am actually truly happy that I got him to present to you guys, because I am Catholic, so I knew a little bit about him, but I learned more about him, a lot of things that I didn't know at all. And I think that it's amazing that, like, he was such an ordinary man, and he did so much to help the world, and I think that's something we can all learn from. And now I'd like to end with saying something that relates to the first quote that I said at the beginning, which is, "The future starts today, not tomorrow." And it's obvious what he did to change the world, so I just would now like to ask you, what will you do to make the future start today and not tomorrow?